Iran's government is reaching out to protesters to resolve a wave of...
Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian says the country's in a full-scale war with...
Protesters have taken to the streets in Iran.
Imagine waking up to find your life savings worthless overnight. In Iran, that's the harsh reality sparking nationwide fury. As the rial crashes to historic lows, streets erupt in chaos. Protesters clashing with security forces, flames engulfing regime buildings. But now, a bombshell from across the ocean. US President Donald Trump warns of intervention if innocent lives are lost. Is this the tipping point for revolution? What happens when a nation's economy implodes, igniting protests that could reshape the Middle East? And with Trump's stark warning hanging in the air, could US involvement drag the world into another conflict? Let's dive into the heart of this escalating crisis. The protests began on December 28, 2025, in bazaars across the country, merchants shutting shops in strike, chanting against corruption and mismanagement. What started as economic grievances is morphing into calls for regime change, with protesters storming government offices, echoing the 2019 uprisings, but on a deadlier scale. To understand this, rewind to Iran's deepening economic woes. Inflation hit 48.6% in October 2025, dropping slightly to 42.2% by year's end. But the rial's value has plummeted to around 1.4 million per US dollar, a record low that makes imports unaffordable and everyday life a struggle. Sanctions from the West, compounded by internal corruption and failed policies under President Masoud Pezeshkian, have strangled the economy. Oil revenues are down, unemployment is rampant, and subsidies on essentials have been slashed. Protests spread rapidly. By day 5, January 1st, 2026, demonstrations hit multiple provinces: Azna, Lordagan, Fasa, turning violent as security forces fired tear gas and live rounds. Reports confirm at least 6 to 7 deaths. Human rights groups warn of an impending crackdown. But here's the shocking twist. Protesters aren't backing down. They're attacking police stations, leaving security forces wounded and buildings in flames. Delving deeper, the conflict pits desperate citizens against a regime fighting for survival. On one side, protesters demand economic reforms, an end to corruption, and even the ousting of Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei. Videos from the ground show bazaars shuttered, streets blocked, and chants of "Down with the dictator." Opposing them are Iran's Revolutionary Guards and besieged militias, accused of brutal suppression tactics honed in past revolts. Tensions escalated on January 2nd, 2026, with confirmed fatalities in clashes, 3 protesters and possibly security personnel killed. President Pezeshkian has called for dialogue, but skeptics see it as a stalling tactic amid fears of a broader uprising. Adding fuel, external factors like US sanctions under Trump 2.0 have exacerbated the crisis, while Iranian officials blame foreign meddling from America and Israel. The build-up is palpable. Protests now span over a dozen cities, with no end in sight. But wait, the game changer drops from Washington. President Trump, back in the Oval Office, posts on Truth Social. If Iran shoots and violently kills peaceful protesters, which is their custom, the United States of America will come to their rescue. We are locked and loaded and ready to go. This isn't bluff. It's a direct threat of US intervention, shifting the crisis from internal turmoil to potential international showdown. Trump's words amplify the stakes. Iranians feel seen, but fear escalation could invite foreign bombs. Iranian advisors like Ali Larijani retort, US interference is a red line, threatening American forces in the region. with businesses closing and supply chains disrupted, pushing Iran closer to collapse. Yet, amid the pain, there's defiance. Protesters' courage inspires global solidarity. But at what cost? Is there a path forward? Pezeshkian urges talks, proposing economic aid packages and subsidy reforms. But trust is eroded. Opposition voices call for international pressure to force negotiations. Trump's warning might deter mass killings, offering a sliver of hope for protesters. Globally, rights groups advocate sanctions relief tied to reforms. Social media amplifies voices, with Iranians abroad rallying support. If dialogue prevails, this could lead to meaningful change, easing sanctions, stabilizing the rial. But skepticism abounds. History shows regimes cling to power. In reflection, Iran's crisis underscores how economic injustice breeds revolution. 7 lives lost already. How many more before change? Trump's intervention threat reminds us, global powers watch, but solutions must come from within. This isn't just Iran's story. It's a warning for fragile economies everywhere. As protests rage into their 6th day, one question lingers. Will Trump's locked and loaded rhetoric spark peace or war? The fate of a nation hangs in the balance. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for updates on this unfolding drama.